Oh, excuse me. Hey, T-Suppers. I am back. I am back. Before I get into what baby girl talked about today, let me check these couple of spots that I saw earlier today on her behalf. Get some other people's viewpoints before we hear her, and then give people a little opportunity to come on in the house.
And my only ground rule is no assassinations. Okay? No assassinations, no funny business. You can't pretend you're going to do it, and then Candace died in a mysterious accident.
Baby, that was epic yesterday.
Okay? Candace died in a mysterious accident. Okay?
That was so epic.
I want to say, just to reiterate, that I have always maintained that whatever is going on at Turning Point USA, I have not felt that Blake Neff is one of the bad guys, okay? I just have never gotten that particular vibe from him. I believe that when he speaks, he believes that he is telling the truth. And maybe that's why they want him in front of the camera. He's been the only person that has been responding in a way that feels even remotely authentic.
To set her up.
When he defends the actions of Mike
McCoy to make it be on in that person.
Day, I sense that he believes that he is telling the truth.
Okay, so what I heard earlier today was that they was trying to set Candace Owens up. Y'all come on in. Come on in. And in this setup earlier today, they extended the invitation for her, but it was in person. That was the only way that they could do it, as if it was in person, which would have been a clear setup. So because of that, and I've been busy throughout the day, I don't know if she took it or what has happened since then. So this is why I want to listen to some other places that I entertained or I saw earlier, and I pinned to come back and check it out. So let's listen. This is one of them, and it started out with what she said yesterday when she was cold-blooded with it. Come on, let's go.
I fully accept. I say let's do it tomorrow. Let's do it tomorrow. And my only ground rule is no assassinations. Okay? No assassinations, no funny business. You can't pretend you're going to do it, and then Candace died in a mysterious accident. Okay? Candace died in a mysterious accident. Okay? Candace died in a mysterious accident. Okay? I want to say, just to reiterate, that I have always maintained that whatever is going on at Turning Point USA, I have not felt that Blake Neff is one of the bad guys, okay? I just have never gotten that particular vibe from him. I believe that when he speaks, he believes that he is telling the truth. And maybe that's why they want him in front of the camera. He's been the only person that has been responding in a way that feels even remotely authentic when he defends the actions of Mikey McCoy on that day. I sense that he believes that he is telling the truth. Anyways, let's listen to what Blake Neff had to say in its entirety. It's not going to feel organic, obviously. He's reading from a piece of paper. This has probably been reviewed 12 times by many different lawyers, because that's how it works at big organizations and companies. But I don't fault him that. We'll pause at certain moments because I do want to be able to respond throughout it. It's a bit long, but I want to give them my platform, as I always have that offer to. So here is Blake Neff.
Ever since Charlie's murder, Candace Owens has leveled a flood of allegations against people at Turning Point USA, people at Turning Point Action, and people who work for this show. She's made them against some of Charlie's closest friends and against some of his most dedicated employees.
Yes.
She has suggested that Michael McCoy, Charlie's chief of staff, knew Charlie would be murdered, was happy that he died, and stayed silent because he was told he would be the next Charlie. She has suggested Michael is not his real name. It is. I have seen his birth certificate myself. She has called it suspicious that Mikey's wife, who works at Turning Point, helped plan the campus tour event where Charlie was murdered, which she didn't, by the way. She doesn't work on campus events.
Okay, so first and foremost, I actually never said that she helped plan the event. I said it was suspicious that Mikey McCoy's wife, that we never found out who did plan the event. That was one of the answers that we wanted to know. And I said that she works in events. Still was not clear on what happened regarding Mikey McCoy. I think the entire world believes that his actions are suspicious because we have eyes, and you don't get to wiggle out of that by pretending that us playing the words of his own father, Rob McCoy, who I think is highly suspicious in all of this. He has a suspicious background. We played his own words as he tried to sanitize someone who spent time in prison for being a sexual deviant, right? For trying to take photos of young girls. I don't think he's a good guy, and you're not going to make us forget those things because you are trying to pretend that Mikey's actions were totally normal that day. They weren't. That's why I didn't make the public feel that way, okay? I may have voiced how they felt, which everyone else is refusing to do, but I do believe that Mikey McCoy should have to answer for who he had on the phone right when the shot went off. So, yeah, his father, his own father, is the one that spoke about Charlie's notebooks and spoke about how Mikey McCoy was talented, and it was Mikey McCoy who then jumped on Liberty University's stage for an event that was scheduled for Charlie Kirk. So there you go. That's our perspective, and I'm going to stand by it. Let's keep it rolling.
Candace has suggested the Utah Valley University event was unusual, and its details suggested a, quote, inside job.
It was unusual. That's a fact, and you can quote me on that because I worked for Turning Point USA, and I went on every tour since 2019, and typically those events are decided at least the semester before. This came together very quickly. It is unusual, and I don't know why you think that you are going to be able to disprove that notion when I have the emails to support that claim. Let's keep it rolling.
She has claimed that foreign aircraft have followed Erica Kirk around the country and that Turning Point has lied about this happening.
Definitely never said Turning Point lied because you never responded. So that doesn't actually make any sense, and this is why it's not good to have lawyers write things out, because sometimes they're not so detail-oriented. What we did was we showed at first that when I plotted these strange Egyptian jets that they were following Charlie, and that was a concern because I wondered if they were tracking Charlie. We then obviously realized that they were tracking TPUSA faith events, and that many more times they were following and perhaps tracking Erica. You should be concerned about that. We find it odd that rather than being concerned or trying to get answers to why a foreign military jet would be on the ground during a time when Charlie Kirk was assassinated, you're upset with us for asking questions about these jets. Pie.
Y'all please double tap the face of your phone and get the likes up for me, please.
She has accused us of lying about Charlie wanting Erica to take over for him if he died.
Never happened. That is not a quotation. That is just them saying that.
She has suggested Charlie's security team intentionally denied him first aid after the shooting to ensure that he died.
When you say suggested, it means that they are interpreting my words. What I said is another fact. They did not issue him first aid. When he fell down, there was nobody who pulled out any gauze and tried to stop the bleeding, and they've admitted to that. In a sit-down with Sean Ryan, Brian Harpole said it was because of the severity of the injury. I'm sorry, again, that we noticed something that stood out as unusual, given the expertise and the amount of money that he was paying that supposed to be an elite team.
She has raised suspicions about the head of our technical team because he took an SD card out of a camera. She has spread absurd claims that Tyler Boyer, who we just had on the show, sexually abuses male interns.
Hey, Nana.
So, yes, the SD card thing is unbelievably suspicious. It's not something that you would do. Neither would you just run up onto a grassy knoll and record yourself. Again, these are unusual actions.
Not if he died at the
rather than
hospital.
trying to pretend like it's normal to record a selfie video of yourself and to prematurely announce that somebody is dead, maybe you should answer why all of that took place, because you guys told lies about, verifiable lies about why that took place. Because don't forget, Andrew Colvett sat next to you and said it was because people were stealing. People were stealing, you probably would want to grab the very expensive cameras and not the SD card for an event that was being live streamed. Regarding Tyler Boyer, I'm so glad we're going to do this live streamed, because I'm happy to present to you the exact name of the intern, and I didn't say that he abused him. I didn't say it was not consensual. I said that he likes younger boys. I don't mean like younger as in they're not of the legal age. I'm just saying they're a lot younger than him. And yeah, I can give you the exact name of the intern that he hooked up with. That person was not at Turning Point USA, but I can also give you more than that, as well as people that are currently working for Turning Point USA who said that Tyler Boyer and these are young men tried to hook up with them after some events. So glad we're going to live stream that.
She has suggested that TPUSA faith-affiliated pastors, like theologian Frank Turek, who we'll have on in a moment,
Hey,
and
Dorothy.
Pastor Rob McCoy, are part of a military, quote, infiltration of Turning Point, either because they are veterans or because they have family members who are.
Yeah, so I do believe the Calvary Chapel, their history with Chuck Smith, the evidence that it was a militant CIA effort to infiltrate the Christian faith and to tie the Christian faith to the political ideology of Zionism. I think there's a lot of evidence for that, and I'm happy to discuss that in a broader debate. I do think that things at Turning Point USA became a bit problematic when you started to, I would say, almost hijack genuine Christian faith and sort of roll it into this idea that you must support Israel in order to be a Christian. That's kind of floating
Hey,
into
Big Al.
more opinion, but I think well backed by the facts of the founding of the Calvary Chapel Church during the decade of the 60s, where the CIA was really just spiking the ball on Christians in general.
Even if not everyone has been named specifically, though, Candace has effectively tarred everyone here with complicity in Charlie's death by repeatedly saying he was, quote, betrayed by, quote, everyone.
Sorry, that was a dream that I had, and it is also a realization that it has been months. People at Turning Point USA are in possession of text messages the day before Charlie died, in which he wrote out to you, and not just to people that work at Turning Point USA, but also security guards, that he thought that they were going to kill him tomorrow, explicitly. I find it highly unusual that you wouldn't share that information at all, or that you would sit by and be quiet, or at some points attack people that are trying to explore who they is, because I don't think anybody believes that Charlie thought that a trans furry kid who had never been on UVU's campus was going to kill him tomorrow. And you're silent during moments when people are lying, like Josh Hammer, when he said, hey, this never happened, Charlie never blinked on Israel, makes you all look very, very suspicious. Lies are only necessary, okay, when you are covering something. And if you are covering the truth, you are betraying Charlie. So I stand by that.
For months, we have received hundreds, thousands, I suspect, emails and calls asking us to respond.
Yeah.
People have wanted us to invite Candace on the show. But for a long time, our approach was to say nothing. We did that for several reasons. First, we thought that her prevarications were so absurd that nobody would believe them. We shouldn't have to answer questions about secret tunnels or Egyptian Air Force planes. That sort of thing is just, it's beneath contempt to respond to. The second reason we've said so little, though, is because there's a good rule of thumb, which Charlie followed. Do not feed the trolls. Focus on the mission. Reviving America, uplifting young people, making heaven crowded. Don't give air to people who want to tear you down and sow discord. Lastly, we didn't respond because Charlie always viewed Candace as a friend, and we were holding out hope that she would return that friendship and stop what she was doing.
Honestly, you shouldn't buy this book, because once you do, you'll never look at your medicine cabinet the same way again.
Okay, so the first thing he says there is, we didn't respond because it's beneath us. Like, that's just not the right attitude. I mean, that is an elitist attitude. It is beneath us to respond to the very people who showed up in scores because they were so moved by Charlie's assassination that they all...
Okay, we're 15 minutes in. I just had 495. It's 304 in here now. Only 5 likes, now 4. Double tap the face of your screen. Get the likes up. Or go somewhere else. Take your like with you. Yeah, if that's how you feel. Double tap the face of your screen on your phone. Or hit the three dots at the top right. Please. Yeah, it's going up, but it needs to go up. It's 412 people in. You only should have to do it once, and it should show you that it went up. A thumb up should pop up. Yeah, if this is not where you want to be, you don't want to hit the like button just yet, I understand. Yeah, but go ahead and leave. We don't want you here if you don't want to hit the like button. It's just that simple. If you can't hit it now, double tap the face of your phone. You understand? Just do that. It's free. Or hit the 3 dots at the top. There's 313 people in here. If you can't do that, leave. I'm okay with that. Trust me, I am. But you're not going to ear hustle and not support this platform. Go somewhere else. Hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up. We don't want to keep waiting on you. Double tap the face of your phone. Double tap. Just like that. It's free. And I don't want to keep holding up for the people who are supporting me. So double tap a go. My tea too good, boo-boo. Hey, Samantha. Are you on your computer? Are you on your phone? You won't see it on your phone. Yes, you do. On your phone, it's at the top. Should be all the way up at the top. Yeah, it should be all the way up at the top. Do you see my name? Do you see AunTeaFee? At the top, live button. Do say live in 206 317. All the way over, it should be 3 dots. If not, go out and come back in. If not, go back and come back in. Okay, thank you.
Poured into the Staples Center, right, and poured their tears out and made videos and donated. It is beneath us to not to then respond to questions that you have that are meaningful, because we just think it's so stupid that you would suggest that the feds are involved in an assassination. That's never happened in American history. What? So that's a ridiculous thing. The second thing he says there is Charlie always said, don't feed the trolls. Well, that flies into the face of what he says thereafter, where he says Candace and Charlie were friends. So I'm not a troll, okay? I'm not a troll. I'm not trolling. I'm not someone who's hated Turning Point and wanted Turning Point to fail. I'm actually the exact opposite of that. And that's why the people believe in me and they trust me, because they feel that I'm the only one that's acting right in the situation. Who wouldn't want to have every stone unturned if they cared about somebody? Who wouldn't want to have every question answered? Who wouldn't be immediately suspicious to see Egyptian military jets? Who wouldn't go, why the hell were these jets around Turning Point way before, years before Charlie's assassination? Who is on these jets? Instead, you're mentioning the Egyptian planes for the fourth time, so I would like to recommit everybody that is watching this to figuring out what the hell is going on with these Egyptian planes, because they're nervous about them, okay? They're mentioned so many times, they're just trying to give the vibe that this is so crazy. No, they are fearful. The Egyptian planes hold...
Absolutely not. 440 people in here. Get the likes up. Do not come in without double tapping. If you're listening in on the face of your phone, double tap. It's free, real quick. And if you are on your computer, hit the three dots at the top, right? Or just hit the thumbs up. But get them up for me so we can move forward and I don't have to keep stopping. We got 438 people in. Come on, please. Let's hurry up. The quicker we double tap and get the likes up, the quicker we can move on without stopping. 478 people. Just double tap the face of the phone. Three dots at the top. We can get to the T, baby. Three dots at the top right. It's three dots up there. I had to go out and in several times something up tonight. Yeah. Yeah, I saw a message coming in. I thought he was trolling. Y'all hit the like button, please, so the show can go. And thank you, Gutter News One. Okay. Okay, for the love of the tea sippers, I'm gonna move on. But y'all please get the likes up so we don't have to keep stalling and we can get this tea. We all want it. It's always good. Sometimes too good. Let's go.
The key, and that is obvious even in Blake Neff's statement.
Let me back up a little bit.
But yeah, I am not a troll, okay? And turned if they cared about somebody. Who wouldn't want to have every question answered? Who wouldn't be immediately suspicious to see Egyptian military jets? Who wouldn't go, why the hell were these jets around Turning Point way before, years before Charlie's assassination? Who is on these jets? Instead, you're mentioning the Egyptian planes for the fourth time, so I would like to recommit everybody that is watching this to figuring out what the hell is going on with these Egyptian planes, because they're nervous about them, okay? They're mentioned so many times, they're just trying to give the vibe that this is so crazy. No, they are fearful. The Egyptian planes hold the key, and that is obvious even in Blake Neff's statement. But yeah, I am not a troll, okay? And people followed what felt to them as authenticity, and it was not you. They were not getting that from Charlie's closest friends. Why is that? They weren't getting that from Charlie's most loved pastors. Why is that? Don't blame me for the bad energy that you exuded, okay? Don't blame me for the fact that you didn't pass the gut check with the public. That's why you're doing this, okay? That is why you are doing this, because your strategy failed. In fact, this is your old school turning point before they put on the faith pants. This is your old school turning point lesson in what the free markets are. The free markets saw what you were offering, right? And they saw what I was offering. You were offering, we should accept this and move on. And I was saying, we need to investigate this. And the free markets said no to Turning Point USA.
But a week from now, it's going to be 3 months since Charlie's murder. Candace has not changed her behavior. She has continued to spread falsehoods about Charlie's friends and she continues to concoct new ones about new people. She's using these falsehoods to enrich herself while dividing the conservative movement at an absolutely critical time for this country.
I have to applaud that audacity. I have to applaud it.
Oh, yeah. I don't believe Charles Phelps. I don't believe it's him.
These, excuse me here, but like, I'm trying not to swear.
From earlier.
These men, okay?
From earlier, Miss Tom.
These amazing lads over here have the audacity to accuse me of enriching myself when they were out there selling t-shirts, okay, of what Charlie died in to enrich themselves. Were they giving those t-shirts away for free at the Staples Centers? No, they were selling kit of what Charlie died in to the tune of $80 million plus that they made in the first 3 weeks, okay? They made their entire budget for the year in the first couple of weeks following Charlie's assassination. And they are attacking me with zero proof that I made a single dollar off of Charlie's assassination. I did not sell a cup. I did not sell a mug, okay? All I did was do what I already do for a living, okay? I podcast and I investigate things. I investigate things that I feel passionate about. Sometimes it's Kamala's genealogy, when she's saying she wants to be the president and things aren't making sense and I sense that she is lying. Sometimes it's Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds when they try to destroy a man's life who's not even on my quote-unquote political team. Sometimes it's Brigitte and why we are colluding with nations to cover the obvious fact that Brigitte was born a male. And this time, it's personal and it's you. Do you want to know what all of these investigations have in common? Liars who lie and think that the public is too stupid to see through their lies. That is how we got into this, okay? I did not sell anything. You did that. You guys did that. You guys continued to do that. You guys wanted to just move on and to grift off of Charlie's legacy. I dedicated myself to figuring out who murdered him.
Only people with childhood trauma seem to be able to solve this. The reason is because people with childhood trauma are used.
And far too often, we here have heard from ordinary people, people who loved Charlie and who Charlie loved so much in return. These people have expressed the worry that we are staying silent out of cowardice or as some sort of tacit admission that some of the attacks are true. Neither is the case. Our silence has
Please
never
double
been,
tap
and
the
it
face of
will
the screen
never
of your
be
phone.
equal to complacency or approval. Still, we decided Charlie would not allow this to go on. Charlie was not a coward. Charlie was a fighter. Charlie would not allow someone to spread lies about the people closest to him with impunity. And he would feel ashamed if other people were stepping up to defend his friends while he never did so himself. Candace has mentioned several times that the ball is in our court. So here's what is going to happen. In the near future, there will be a live stream here in Phoenix where we address in a clear and comprehensive way the claims and accusations, the false accusations that have been made against Charlie's family, friends, and the people here at Turning Point. We plan to walk through everything carefully and thoroughly. If Candace is available, we would sincerely welcome her participation in that live stream at our studio here in Phoenix. At this point, we believe the ball is back in her court. Our motivation for doing this is not out of any obligation to Candace. It is about honoring Charlie. We feel a deep responsibility to protect his legacy, his work, and the truth. I feel that. I owe Charlie everything in my life. I feel it immensely. And that is why we feel compelled to speak clearly and openly now. We'll have more on this in the near future.
Yay! Finally! You didn't have to get through all that shade that you were throwing me to get to the point that you were willing to answer questions.
Thank you, Samantha, for the thumbs up.
That's what Charlie did for a living. How could you guys think that you were just going to continue on and pretend like people asking meaningful questions was somehow an attack? That's what he did for a living. He stood up on college campuses and he debated people. And he sat there principally and debated people because he felt that he had the moral high ground, okay? And that if those people disagreed with him, he could bring them over to his side. You guys have been actually acting and embodying the opposite of Charlie Kirk's spirit. Okay, and you did it even in this. It was like one big character assassination, and it wasn't to me. That's what you guys don't understand. You're not attacking me. You are attacking millions of people around the world who watched a man, an innocent man, be publicly executed, and then watched what felt very much like the state collude to feed us absolute horseshit about what took place on that day.
Yeah, don't fluff me. I hate fluff. I hate
bullets
fluff.
do not get stopped by human necks because they eat healthy. They don't. And yes, you guys are a part of that apparatus of people who made us feel, and you've expressed it here, like you were too good to answer questions. We are already said, I got on stage and I told you that I'm Charlie's pastor. I told you I'm his best friend. I told you. You guys have even allowed people to inject themselves into his legacy that Charlie didn't even like. And we're supposed to believe you're doing this because you're his friend? Because you're committed to truth? You sat there and allowed the very people who pressured Charlie towards the end of his life
Hey, Vicky.
to try to claim his whole legacy? And you're pretending we are the ones that are immoral? You're upset because you got caught lying. You're upset because you got caught with your pants down. You cannot blame me for that, okay? These were your own errors. These were your own lies. And I was not going for a single second to let up on the pressure. In fact, I have been so strategic that I have been holding on to certain information, hoping that you would acquiesce to have a public conversation, because I want to look you in the eye and I want to challenge you to lie to me, because I care deeply about what happened to Charlie on that day. I don't think we're getting the truth. And I do believe that because you are not forthcoming about the information that you have, about Charlie texting you guys and saying he thought he was going to be assassinated that very next day. Okay? The day that he died, Charlie knew, said he thinks he was going to be killed tomorrow, and you guys are sitting on that information. So I'm the right person, yeah? I'm the right person to sit across from you and to ask you questions, right? Some things that you told me on that day, they're not adding up. I think the entire world would like to see this discussion. I think you can do it in Charlie's honor. I'll sit there, you pick a place and time.
We could have done this today. Black on that
roof. Didn't
roof.
have to read all that. Okay, we all have tech. We could have done a live stream. We could schedule a live stream. We can raise money for Turning Point USA if you promise to answer every question that I have.
So that was yesterday, okay? Just to bring y'all up to speed. Let me see if this one was the next one I had before we go in that talked about what happened today. I'm not sure if it was. I want y'all to hear where, please don't assassinate me. Where she that was let me see, that was let me see, is this one it? Hold on. No, we don't want to see about the Zionist stuff. Okay, y'all, while I'm getting the next one, please double tap the face of your screen and get the likes up for the tea. It's hot. It's pretty hot. It always is. I don't know why y'all playing with me. The tea is hot, baby. Somewhere I saw where she had
Sports betting is here, Missouri. Unlock a
I don't know where I saw it, but piping hot. Thank you.
Just $10. Win or lose.
Yeah, somewhere where she was offered, and then I saw where it may have been. I don't want to speak too soon. Let's see if this
And
is
she
it.
is a fucking scumbag.
But famous
they
AIDS
mad.
advocates are saying, I'm with Candace.
They mad. I don't want to go there. They mad. Oh, they mad, baby. One, because you know you can't debate with her. I mean, it's just, it just would not be smart for them to do that. I'm gonna be honest. It should be erased. Like, it would not be smart for them to play that card with Candace Owens. Yeah, and because the reality of it is that she knew him better than all of them knew him. So whatever game they think they want to play, it's just not gonna work in their favor. Let me reset hit. It's just not gonna work in their favor. So to act like, cause I don't know where I put it. It's horrible that I don't know where I put it. But they were trying to act like they were giving her an offer, because I heard it was supposed to have been, I think, the 15th. The 15th of December, they had it set to debate,
Maybe someone will tell.
have this
TPUSA
conversation.
would do a copyright strike. They can't. They can't. They're running it on YouTube.
Let's see if this is it.
And he was posting his findings to X. Then came Ian.
And then I heard it was canceled. He's saying it's canceled. So it was supposed to have been the 15th of December that it was set, but they were saying,
a lot to cover.
they were saying that she had to come to them. She had to come to their location. And that was the only way that they would do it, which would, I mean, for you to say she can't even, Zoom or, be, no, that's just no. So that was a cop out. So I'm trying to hear the update before I chime in on her.
To, get through a monologue, which a keen observer of the program, recommended I change the title of the monologue to The Opening Statement, which I thought's really catchy.
I pray that you go back
I've never given them
to the way you used to be.
Making their way into the program.
What do you mean, Julie
I've
Kinney?
never given them to, frankly, more than 12 people, court reporters, a few family members, and
Candace,
some,
you are a beautiful person and
employees.
obviously
But I've
influenced
given opening
wrong.
statements.
Are you talking about Candace
And
Owens?
here's the problem.
Julie Kinney, are you talking about Candace? Why would she go back to the way she used to be when she was a part of a cult? Why would she do that? Why would she go back to what she feels is dark after coming to the light? Why would she go back to where they practice child raping? Julie Kinney, are you still here? Why would you pray for her? I mean, who are you praying to that you would say that you pray that she goes back to the way she used to be and she has had a revelation? And she has had a revelation that the genocide was not of Christ. Hello, are you still here?
The problem with calling it an opening statement.
Julie Kinney, are you still here? I'm not going to keep calling your name. I'm just going to remove you. Okay, yeah, because what you're saying is foolish. Read the room. Yeah. So, y'all say bye to Julie Kinney. She prefers somebody who left a cult that was unaliving kids, that came to the light accept the fact that she have made bad choices, and now she can see the truth and the light. And you have this clown woman, Julie Kinney, who thinks that she needs to go back into darkness and be okay with them raping minors and sacrificing them. Shame on you. I hope you don't have kids. I hope you come to the light. I hope you follow Candace. Yeah, come to the light, Caroline. Bring your ass to the light. It's dark over there.
Legally, technically, you're not allowed to argue. There's a closing argument, but there's an opening statement. The opening is not an opening argument. It's an opening statement. And I do a lot of arguing. Like today, for example, in the what I'm going to call the monologue, I might switch it to the opening statement, but I have to figure out how to reconcile that in my head, the arguing and the whatever else. Similar to that which Fiona Broome noticed with Nelson Mandela. For example, not the Utah police, not TPUSA, preferred narratives without objection. Take the Charlie Kirk case. If Charlie Kirk had been shot in 1925 or 1965 or even 1995, no one would have questioned a thing.
Charles, I hope
Tyler
she has
Robinson would
protection.
unquestionably have been accepted as the shooter. After all, he texted his lover, right? He confessed to the entire thing right in those
Come to the light, Caroline.
to the roof and a 30-06 with his DNA on it. Oh, and he also
I want to
transcribed
talk.
the bullets with
Yeah, I want to
fry up some jalapeno poppers. You guys want to come up? Send this.
Okay.
Because you were saying, oh no. Here's the moment I called my mom. Well,
Okay.
I was right next to him the whole time. He wasn't on the phone. He was devastated. Oh yeah? Well, let's find out if that's true. Were you next to him the whole time?
Oh, okay. Hold
Or
on.
have you told this story before and left the...
Oh yeah, he told the story before and left a lot out. Come on, what you doing? Are we stuck? Am I on it or something?
Who is on the scene, and you just hear the cracks.
Mikey's such a happy young man. He is such a good guy. He's normally so bubbly. He's so smiley. Got that full tooth grin. It's that big. We're going to play a little clip of that video. And the reason I'm going to is because we have now found out there are things he said in that video that are just not true.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to pin it on it. I'm going to take this donkey tail with its little tack and I'm going to stick it right in his butt crack.
I wondered if they...
That's where we're headed today. And I wasn't going to do this, Blake. I was going to let it go. I was gonna let it go.
We ain't letting none go.
And then you got all history on it. You got all womanly on me. No, I've already made the schedule. If you can't be there, that's your fault.
Oh, yeah. That's what I want. When did he talk about the schedule? That's what I was
saying. December 15.
There we go. This is what I was trying to get to.
Candace. He absolutely...
At midnight.
You guys should be evicted.
At midnight.
From society. You should be done away with after what you guys pulled.
They pulled a stunt, y'all.
I woke up at 3:20 this morning. Kicked into the bathroom. Did my old man thing in the bathroom where you have to go to the bathroom twice every night.
Scary ass.
And then I stumbled and I thought, well, I'm awake enough. I might as well jump onto X and see what's going on. So I open it up and I see this sent at 12:21 a.m. 12:21 a.m. I see this
Scary asses.
from Blake Neff, or Blake Sneff, I guess. What do we call it? Blake S. Neff. The live stream we announced on the show Wednesday has been set. 4 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. local time on Monday, December 15. A collection of Charlie's friends will respond to statements made by Candace Owens to set the record straight once and for all prior to the opening of America Fest.
This
We'll
part
be
right
live
here.
streaming from Charlie's Phoenix studio. Our offer from yesterday holds.
In
if
person.
Candace wishes to join us in person in Phoenix, she's welcome to do so. She can let us know by the end of today.
In person.
Multiple things wrong here.
In
One,
person.
You don't notify somebody in good faith via
At midnight.
text at 21 minutes after midnight. That is just plain and simple. That's obvious, though. If I beat on that horse, you guys are going to say, oh, but Baron, you're just telling us what we already know. Yeah, okay. So let me show you the real issue. It's right here. They have a deep and abiding desire to set the record straight once and for all prior to the opening of America Fest. Why? What does that have to do with getting to the truth of what Candace Owens has said? The answer is it doesn't. It has nothing to do with getting to the truth of what Candace Owens said. In fact, I didn't even look when America Fest is opening. I think it's opening the next week, right? America Fest, TPUSA 2025. When is that? December 18 to 21. Yeah, it's later that week. December 18 to 21. What is taking place at America Fest? Straight cash, homie. This is where they are hoping to bring in loads of donors. Keep in mind, right now, the insiders at TPUSA are Scrooge McDucking in the treasury of TPUSA. They are swimming in cash. They have never had more money in the entire history of TPUSA. Not one time in the history of TPUSA had they looked and their balance sheet been as strong as it is right now. And what's the one thing they've got on their mind? Cash. Cash. What's the second thing they have on their mind? They can't have a repeat of what happened this summer. It got someone killed. They can't have a repeat of what happened this summer. What happened this summer? Every single person that seemed like at TPUSA was focusing on Israel. Well, what do you think they're going to focus on in December if this is going on right now behind the scenes? Every single comment on every single post.
Double tap the face of your phone, please.
Person, whether it's Mikey, whether it's Andrew Colvette, whether it's Blake Neff, whether it's a TPUSA account.
They said in
every
person.
Single comment is like, what's wrong with you guys? You guys are acting guilty. You guys are running. Why won't you answer Candace? He absolutely 100%. I don't follow anybody. Somebody said he doesn't follow Candace. I don't follow anybody because I've got a really well curated stream right now, and I have the people I go to look at. So don't take anything from that. I have very few followers, and I have 0 people I follow. I have like 14,000 followers. I follow 0 people.
When the Lord wake me up in the middle
they
of
can't
the
have
night,
a repeat where every single topic
I know
during
He
the
wants
December
me to
event,
pray because evil
during
will be
America
working
Fest, is centered around Candace Owens. So they have to go in here
from
and try to cook
midnight
the goose.
to 3
How are they going to do
a.m.
that if she shows up prepared and has equal time? Well, notice they're not saying let's have a debate about it. They're not saying we'll answer Candace's questions. They're not even saying
It said
they want her there.
we'll
In fact,
respond
they're
to
saying they want
statements
her there.
made. They're just gonna
She's
respond.
welcome to come and let us know by the end of the day today. What is that saying? We don't want you there. I'll let you in on a little secret in journalism. I've had this happen quite a bit. I've represented people and they call me panic. The New York Times or the Washington Post or ABC will be doing a story.
Wow.
And they'll send you a text and say, hey, I'm going to print in 2 hours on a story I've been working on for 6 months. Would you like to comment? Here it is. Or here's what we're going to say about you. Here's what we're going to say to your quote. Would you like to comment? You have 2 hours to respond. Do they want your comment? No. They absolutely don't want your comment. And that's what Blake Neff is doing here. If this is the old New York Times, give them 2 hours to respond. That's all this is. That's all this is. So,
This is a true story. I think it's very unconventional, but we met online during the pandemic, and it was on LinkedIn. On Friday, he started beginning.
for a mother of 3 or 4, however many kids she has, that's pretty good timing. I mean, that's pretty quick turnaround. She does respond. Why am I learning about this on X? Hey, great question, Candace. No email, no call, no ask about availability.
They didn't.
Just a December 15, take it or leave it.
They didn't reach out to her at all.
Local time, 4 p.m. Eastern time, which, oh, by the way, is the time, well, roughly the time Candace goes live every day. That's 3 p.m. our time. And hey, it doesn't work in person, but I can be there, happily be there, cancel my own podcast and join you guys virtually. How does that work? Let's lock it in. Does that sound like she's declining? Does that sound like
Virtually.
she's saying, I can't be there, I'm trying to weasel out of it?
Virtually.
Also add that I'm happy to jump on Charlie's show any day before then. Virtually as
Virtual.
well.
They trying to make her come.
I was serious when I said we could do it today even. Or pretty much any day. Okay? So, and I'm bringing this up for a particular reason. Because I have been in awe all day. Because TPUSA got what they want, which is low down, it's dirty, it's low budget, it's criminal, it's dishonest, it's unchristian, it's unbecoming of them, it's disgusting, it's snake-like, it's cowardly, it's slithery behavior. I made a reporter from, where was she from? Washington Post? Or CNN or somewhere? I made her cry. Because she pulled that crap where she'd been working on a story for like 4 months and then calls my client, says you got 2 hours to respond or 3 hours to respond or we're going to go without your comments.
Virtual only. Yeah.
And I called back and I said, that's a hit job. You're not a real reporter. I said, is this what you told your mom you wanted to be when you left to go to college? Is this what you said you wanted to be? You wanted to be a hit job for some insider somewhere slandering Americans and giving them 2 hours to respond to a story you've been working on for 4 months? That's what you wanted to be in life? Are you proud of yourself? When you lay down at night, are you happy with who you've become? When you look yourself in the mirror naked after you've gotten out of the shower, do you see an honest person?
Nope.
Or do you see a scumbag piece of slime? Well, I asked Blake the same question. I actually feel bad about what I'm saying right now because in a minute I'm going to play a video of Blake from the day after Charlie Kirk was taken down.
Mm-hmm.
And in the video, I actually feel kind of bad for him. Now, I lose the bad feeling when crap like this happens and he lies. And I've got proof now that he's changed his story.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cut his... What was it Jesse Jackson said? I'm going to cut his...
Cut his what?
This is loser behavior from a bunch of losers. They have got...
Oh,
so
wow.
wealthy
Look at his pictures on the wall.
white man's welfare over there at TPUSA, pulling in millions of dollars, swimming around in cash, never having actually to go earn a dollar in their life.
Shout out to his
As long as we're
wall.
willing to tell people that we've got to involve ourselves in this foreign affair over
Kimmy.
here, and we've got to support
Cut
this
what?
foreign military over there. As long as they're willing to say that, they're going to keep getting millions of dollars.
Hey, Tam.
As long as they keep running on a radio
Tamil.
show that says Charlie Kirk Show at the bottom, creepily, I'll add. It's been 3 months, guys. Change the name of the show.
I like his bottom row. I mean, I just like it. I like his concept.
And then this is the cowardly response
It's very inclusive.
from one of the biggest cowards I've ever...
Can y'all see it? I'm sorry.
encountered in the history of this planet. This is Blake S. Neff, coward supreme, absolute scumbag loser. I honestly feel bad for the guy because his first instinct when he was faced with a life or death tragedy was to call his mom. And so I know deep down somewhere in that out of shape body of his, I know deep down in there somewhere in that probably plaque riddled heart he has, I know there's some sort of humanity in there. But it doesn't come out in this post, and it doesn't come out in the way he's acting right now.
Nope.
You guys are lucky this is a family show and I keep it clean, because I would be saying things I say when I'm not on air. Yesterday, we made it clear. We made it clear. Excuse me, sir.
Who is we?
I thought you were trying to, suss out the truth here. We made it clear. I have spoken. I am Blake Neff, and I have spoken. R. We would be scheduling a formal response to the allegations. What is a formal response? You're going to wear a dinner jacket? You're going to wear a black tie? What's a formal response?
It take a whole team.
Court of law?
It take a
That's
team.
A formal response. Firing up the Charlie Kirk show and profiting on a dead man's name, sir.
That's why they mad at her, y'all. I showed you a while ago. They was going ham. She's the devil. No, she not. She's standing 10 toes down for Charlie.
We would be scheduling a formal response to the allegations you've made. We have decided that response will be delivered during a live stream on December 15th. Yeah, well, okay. Thank you for your response, letting us know you will not be joining the in-person conversation. We will be proceeding without you. Again, sometimes when I get done with the show, I feel a little bad because I get a little heated and I say things, and then as soon as the show's over, I'm like, I probably shouldn't call them all Flintstone. But this is the most Flintstone happy thing I've ever seen. This is the most effeminate response I've ever seen from an organization with this many males in it.
Men. It's a whole bunch. It's men dominant.
Womanly, histrionic, hysterical response I've ever seen.
Most definitely is a male dominant.
And it absolutely 100% convinces me
they got something to hide.
Of everything I think about you guys. 3 minutes ago, Candace Owens, it's been decided by the public that the best response for this is for my team to live stream your live stream and provide commentary. Since you already picked our regular podcasting time, we look forward to providing live responses to your once and for all answers. I think this is a fine response. I think it's a fine response.
Yeah, she's not going to you.
What I might do if I was Candace Owens, I might, you know how they, this is kind of cruel. Maybe I shouldn't say what I was about to say. You know how they have that chair, the Charlie Kirk chair sitting out, and the Charlie Kirk microphone, and the Charlie Kirk picture,
just sitting there
with the chyron that says Charlie Kirk 3 different times. I think if I was Candace Owens, I might go find that exact chair, buy an RE20 microphone off of the internet that looks just like his, and set it up exactly like Charlie Kirk's chair. That's what I would do. I would set it up exactly like Charlie Kirk's chair.
All that is required for evil to win
and then in the
is
one
for good
next
people
to
do
I would have
nothing.
like Barney Rubble.
The power of prayer is
and then the chair next to that, I would have like
we fight this spiritual war on our knees. You right, Charles?
Fred Flintstone. Bam, bam. This is the most effeminate group of men that has ever run an organization. Acting like this. We've decided. You've chosen not to be in our live stream.
We agree, Debbie Harris.
Bro, you ever heard of StreamYard? Oh, I mean, you guys. Andrew Colvette streams in like half the time because he lives in a rich house in Santa Barbara. He doesn't want to live in a kitty litter sandbox with you losers in Arizona. He doesn't like you guys. In case you haven't figured that out.
For the turn down.
All right, well, while I'm banging on him, let's do it. I mean, if we're gonna destroy the guy, let's just go ahead and put him out of his misery. I want you to remember Blake Neff's bull crap, lying, no good, foul self when he supposedly was setting the record straight on the Mikey McCoy video.
Yeah, let him
remember this.
Yep,
they sat around, and this is when he was. Mikey's such a happy young man. He is such a good guy.
Yeah.
He's normally so bubbly, so smiley, got that full tooth grin. There's that day. We're going to play a little clip of that video, and the reason I'm going to is because we have now found out there are things he said in that video that are just not true, and I'm going to pin it on him. I'm going to take this donkey tail with its little tack, and I'm going to stick it right in his butt crack. That's where we're headed today. And I wasn't going to do this, Blake. I was going to let it go. I was going to let it go. And then you got all histrionic. You got all womanly on me. No, I've already made the schedule. If you can't be there, that's your fault.
Can say is, I can't say every single thing
You got
that
our
happened, but I want to talk about this
girlfriend.
specific narrow thing. That the shooting occurs. I am next to Mikey. Both of us hear a loud crack. We both turn. We both see Charlie, who has been shot. Both of us, I think at about the same time, realize that that means there is a shooter who is on the scene. And, you just hear the cracks.
Let me just pause. His affect is absolutely consistent with someone who would send those tweets. That's all I got to say. I'm not going to keep saying it, but I'm telling you right now. Now, I'm going to point out how many lies are in this. And it's a lot. It's a lot.
So you don't know, did it come from far away? Did it come from close? Is there a mass shooter unfolding right now? So I and him both had the reaction of, let's get out of here before we're both shot. That is not us abandoning Charlie. Charlie had a security team. They all leapt immediately into action, and they got Charlie out of there, which was what their job was to do. My job was not to get in the way and screw this up because, I had to be a hero. That was not my job. I remember even running past, both of us going past the SUV that we came in on, and me thinking, should I get in that car? And then thinking, no, that's a really stupid thing to do. And then I kept going. So I was not with Mikey, or I don't remember being with him. I think I was ahead of him as we left.
Okay, so we both leave. We hear the shooter. I'm contemplating my mortality and existence. Should I leap into action? No, he's got a good security team. Should I get into this SUV? No, that's probably not a good idea. Okay, so we're going through this. What is he not doing right now? We're going to get to that in a second. He's abandoned a part of his key part of his story.
And then we get out, and I run for, can't have been more than 15 or 20 seconds. And then I realize there hasn't been another shot, so the shooter has likely been detained or stopped or something, not in immediate danger. I pause, I look around me, and I see Mikey. And I see Mikey there. And I will never forget what I saw, because I've seen Mikey almost every day for the past 2 years.
He pauses. He sees now keep in mind, he's not used his phone yet. He's not touched his phone. He's just running. He pauses like this. For some reason, he does it kind of like a ninja. Like he's taekwondoing in the parking lot. Maybe there was a threat. But he's not touched his phone, and he sees Mikey. Now he has this encounter with Mikey here. You ready for this? He has this whole encounter with Mikey. We're going to find out later that I don't want to spoil the surprise. I don't want to tell you what you're getting for Christmas and then give you the box. I want to show you.
I know his personality very well. He's a very bubbly guy. He's a very happy guy almost all of the time. And I'll never forget what I saw, because it was clear in the moment that he was profoundly freaked out. What I'll always remember is the way his lip was quivering, which I'd never seen before. And you very rarely see from someone that he was freaking out. And then I think he literally said to me, I might be imagining this, but I think what he literally said was, he was looking around, and then he says, I need to call Erica.
Okay, so I think that's enough of it for now. He has a supreme encounter with the general, Mikey, the amazing Mikey McCoy, the great Mikey McCoy. You've got this situation, Blake Neff, just to recap, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but he hears a gunshot, he looks at Charlie, he evaluates the need for he's got a good security team, looks bad, but they've got him, they're going to carry him away. I get out of there, I'm looking around, I finally see Mikey, his lip is quivering. Just wait. Just wait. Because you're going to ask yourself in a second, where the hell was all this detail the first time you told the story? Because I have now the first time he told the story. Where was all this detail the first time you told the story? And here's why I was saying I feel bad about it. Because I actually, if I didn't despise this guy by now, if he wasn't such an effeminate scumbag, if he wasn't the way he is, if he wasn't, carrying water for a bunch of scumbags, I'd actually feel bad for him based on this one video I'm about to show you. I would feel bad for him. But I'm sorry, when you're sabotaging Candace like that, knowing what she's going through, and you guys don't have any desire whatsoever to interact with her. You want to get, it's like when you know your friend's going to be out of town, so you call them and ask them if they want to come over for dinner. Like you heard from another neighbor they're going to be out of town, and you're like, oh, the Smiths are going to be out of town? And so you call the Smiths and you say, do you guys want to do dinner Saturday? We're cooking. We got a whole beef stew going. We've got some noodles. We're gonna fry up some jalapeno poppers. You guys want to come over? Oh no, buddy, we're gonna be out of town. Oh, I hate that. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry to hear you're gonna be out of town. Well, another time. Dude, you just got credit for inviting them over. They think you're amazing. They think you're amazing. That's what you did to Candace. And it's a scumbag move. It's dishonest. It's lying. It's horrible. It's all the bad things you can possibly stack on top of each other. And so now I don't feel as bad showing you that the first time you told this story, there was no Mikey McCoy. Keep in mind the context of the video I just showed you, the interview I just showed you. Keep in mind the context of that was Sam Parker absolutely filleted Mikey McCoy's response immediately after the gunshot and pointed out that he had turned away from Charlie Kirk and was walking off, let's just be honest, with a phone to his ear. It looked like a phone to his ear within 0.8 of a second, 800 milliseconds. Within that much, that close. And so they bring in Blake to BS and lie to us because he apparently doesn't have a conscience the way he's acted here lately. They bring in Blake to BS and lie to us and tell us, no, Mikey was devastated. You should have seen his lip quiver. It was amazing. Lip was just a quiver. I was right next to him the whole time. He wasn't on the phone. He was devastated. Oh, yeah? Well, let's find out if that's true. Were you next to him the whole time?
No.
Or have you told this story before and left the whole quivering lip out of it? This was the day after the shooting, before they knew Mikey needed an alibi.
What was it like? Did you sense that something was off before the gunshot rang out? Kind of paint the picture for us.
I don't want to lead too much into it, but after it happened, I talked to some other members of the team, and several of us did say we experienced some sort of unsettling feeling. I think.
Oh yeah. Oh Lord.
It was in this amphitheater, which really.
Oh, he lying. Hold on.
Lip was just a quiver. I was right next to him the whole time. He wasn't on the phone. He was devastated. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he lied.
Well, let's find out if that's true. Were you next to him the whole time? Or have you told this story before and left the whole quivering lip out of it? This was the day after the shooting, before they knew Mikey needed an alibi.
What was it like? Did you sense that something was off before the gunshot rang out? Kind of paint the picture for us.
I don't want to lead too much into it, but after it happened, I talked to some other members of the team, and several of us did say we experienced some sort of unsettling feeling. I think for me it was that it was in this amphitheater, which really emphasized like the size of the crowd, but also it emphasized the buildings in the background. And actually, for the first few minutes, before Charlie walked out, I remember I was scanning. I was just looking around idly, like, oh, where would someone be if something happened? And I didn't think too much of it. I stopped, by the time Charlie came out. But I immediately thought back to that as soon as it happened. And when it did, I would say I was about 10 feet to Charlie's left when it happened. And it was just, it's, one of those moments that'll crystallize in your mind forever,
It'll crystallize in your mind forever. You know what that means? Your story's not going to change. That's what that means. That's literally what that means. Crystals don't change their shape. Crystals don't change their shape. It's one of those moments that'll crystallize in your mind forever. Therefore, Jack, everything I'm about to tell you is what happened. And my story will never change. Well, until Mikey needs an alibi, then it'll change. And then once I get caught lying in Mikey's alibi, then I'm going to sabotage Candace with a dishonest, underhanded leftist trick, pull the rug out from under her. But after that, we're all going to win some souls for Jesus. It's going to be nice. We're going to make
Kalani, I
the
agree.
crowded. After we get done lying all the time.
Hey, Jody.
So, he was 10 feet away. Pick it up, Mikey. Take it away.
You hear that?
Or Blake?
The pop, and it's not completely clear immediately what it is. But then I looked to my right and I saw immediately what it was, and I'll never forget it.
So he'll never forget.
Look at him. He looked different.
His mind. Tell me.
Oh, he
more about
looked
what
worried. He looked like the lies ain't adding up.
Was there a thought? I mean, obviously Charlie's got great security. That
He had
and I
piss
know
poor security to me.
Got to him immediately. These guys are incredibly well trained. I know Dan. I know everybody. I know the whole team. And I'm sure they got him the medical attention immediately that he needed.
No, they did not.
You know, to higher medical facilities at the hospital, and you know, just so when that happened, you know, did it seem surreal in the sense that it seemed like Butler? Did it seem like everyone sort of you know scatters, or was it just kind of as confusing as it sounds?
It was definitely confusing, but it was also, it was, how to describe it? It was clear what had happened. There was only one shot. We all immediately saw what had happened. You were correct. The security got him immediately, got him into the car immediately, got him out immediately. They could not have done their job on that front any better.
All right.
Thank you for the.
Now remember.
Oh, thank you, Nana, for guilty. Thank you, Kalani.
Pausing and looking at Mikey.
Alana,
making phone calls
for the bouquet. Thank you.
And then at that point, it was, what do we do? And I know on my end, I think the first thing I did was I sent a message to, I opened Telegram and I went to our Turning Point thing and I said, lockdown Turning Point. I imagine they'd already seen it too, but I just said, lock it down. Something happened. Do it right ASAP.
Well, that's a new fact. That's a new fact. You left that fact out of your retelling.
Lockdown.
Rehabbing Mikey.
Yeah, lockdown. Something happened.
That's a new fact. So you didn't, as you told us in the previous clip, you didn't turn and immediately run. I mean, I have video of you, Blake, at breakneck speed. I mean, cooking out of there. You remember when you hit that old gal with the jab step behind the stage? I have the video.
Oh, they stories are changing, ain't they?
When did you send this thing? Because you were saying, oh, no. Here's the moment I called my mom. Well, if you're pulling out your phone, I got to pull out my phone. I have Telegram. I'm going to open it. I pull out my phone. I got to open the Telegram app. There we go. Open in Telegram. It's okay. Now it's queued up. Now I got to get the thread open. Let's do this thread. You guys can't see this thread, can you? I don't need to get outed. Not that kind of outed. Not TPUSA outed. I'm talking about like as a radical right winger. All right, now I got to type it in here. What did he say? He said, lockdown TPUSA. Lockdown TPUSA. Send. How long did that take? Was that like 35, 40 seconds? When were you seeing Mikey?
When did y'all render aid? I just wondered when
did the lip quivering play?
Yeah.
And then, I'll be honest, I called my mom because I didn't know.
You didn't call 911?
Now wait a darn tootin' minute, young Blake.
Lying.
Where is the quivering lip? Where is the, he called Erica, I called my mom after he called, at the same time he called Erica. When did all this happen? Where is young Mikey? You were his alibi witness. You were the one that cleared his name. When Sam Parker put on Facebook, based Sam Parker put on Facebook, or put on X rather, the video of Mikey looking horrifically suspicious, walking away like this. No.
With his hand on the phone.
Hollow Blake Neff out. Gaslight Blake. Get Blake a light. Hey, Blake a light anyone. Roll him.
Good night, Frank.
He'll make up any story. And he gets out there. Oh, no. See, they had this. They kind of funneled, and you had to get out of there. It was crowded, and by the time I could
just
figure out
lying.
where I was, and then
y'all mad cause Candace is calling y'all asses to the rug on y'all lies. Isn't that crazy? Mad at her, calling her the devil cause y'all asses is lying.
All the time. Where was Mikey in this telling? Where was the quivering lip? It's crystallized in your mind, Blake. You just told me that. It's crystallized in your mind.
I think the first thing I did was I sent a message to, I opened Telegram and I went to our Turning Point thing and I said, lockdown Turning Point. I imagine they'd already seen it too, but I just said, lock it down.
But why?
Something happened, do it right ASAP. And then...
It's blowing... Oh, that's Trump blowing. Yeah, I know, I'm sorry. It is blowing my mind that none of these Charlie Kirk friends, Charlie Kirk, none of these people call 911. None of them. None of them felt a threat enough, concern enough to dial 911. McCoy called his daddy and said, it's done. I mean, pray. Yeah, it's done. Yeah, but yeah, for entertainment purposes only. You called him and said, pray. Everybody pray. You saying you called your mama. The other cat said he didn't say nothing. He just dialed, he just went live and did a selfie and said on live he did. And the vehicle, the SUV, was still sitting right there. Nobody ever dialed 911. Why? Why? Why did you not call 911? Why did Mikey? Why he didn't call 911? Why did security not pull out their gun and try to find the shooter? Because everybody there could have been under a threatening situation. How did y'all know that there was no threat? How? Why? You look guilty. You look absolutely guilty, and you know it. And y'all are pissed at Candace because she will not go anywhere. And you have the nerve, the gall, and the audacity to give her the only option of in person in Phoenix. After she has been threatened, there's an assassin has already been assigned and paid for. But why you didn't call 911? Everybody and their mama knows to dial 911. Even a kid knows to dial 911. None of you piss face ass wanna act like you somebody's friend ass called for immediate assistance for your boy Charlie. Not one of y'all. Piss poor ass friend. Oh, but he wasn't your friend. He really wasn't your friend. Y'all just wanted his business. Y'all just wanted to take over what he had already established. Oh, okay. So he was beginning to see that there was embezzling. And because he was turning on pro-Israel. But it was it not his business to turn on or have an awakening to whatever he decided to have an awakening to, because it was his business that he created, he started, not you, not McCoy, not his nasty ass daddy. All of y'all are pro pedos. Yeah, they wanted the money. Absolutely.
I'll be honest, I called my mom because I didn't know if there would be anyone else out there, if anything else would happen. So I just called my mom and said immediately.
And what was your mom gonna do? Was your mom there? Is your mama police? Wouldn't that tell me again what your mama gonna do? What could she do for you? Now I'm finna go. I'm finna move on because I don't want to hear this shit no more. Well, what your mama do? Huh? She Superwoman. She bionic. She got bionic powers. She Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman. Yeah, and she flew over there to y'all. Did she save the day? Did she apply pressure? Cause none of y'all did. I'm just trying to. I'm trying to see. What your mama do? Who your mama? Huh? She got some special powers. Yeah, you called her. What she couldn't stop the bleeding from where she was. She couldn't get him to the hospital quicker than you. Huh? That's just I'm about to go, but I want to hear what your mama, what happened with you and your mama. Yeah, cause your mama is what your mama is 911. Yeah, she what is that? Faster than a locomotion, whatever that is. Faster than a speeding bullet. Your mom got there quick. Okay, let's hear this. What your mama do? What your mama do? Yeah, see, this is why I hit folk who think they coming for me. This is why I hit them. I hit them where it hurt. I hit them where they mama at. What your mama do? Yeah, white chocolate. Yeah, what your mama do? You's a mama's boy. Yeah, let's see what your mama do.
I can't say more, but Mom, Charlie got shot. I love you. I have to go. And then.
So you mean to tell me, oh, your mama didn't even answer the phone for you? What? So your mama didn't answer the phone for you. You just left her a message. So you started a paper trail with your mama instead of starting a paper trail with 911. And then you eat all up in Mikey McCoy's ass like he trembling, he's shaking, he nervous, he didn't know what to do. You call your mama, you running, you know, you running like a Flojo, what's her name, Shikari. You running full. Why I gotta be a girl? Cause you acting like a girl. You acting like a girl. That's why you gotta be Shikari. Yeah. Cause you ran your ass off. And you didn't stay to try to see what was going on with your boy. And you did not dial 911. So that means you did not give a fuck. You wanted him to die. You wanted him to die. Say it. You wanted him to die. Fuck is wrong with you?
From there, I met up with some other members of the team. We got to the hospital.
You met up with you, so y'all just went to the hospital. You never once dialed 911. You didn't go back to see about him. Nothing. You sorry piece of shit.
Within, I'd say, about 25 minutes or so.
So for 25 minutes, you never tried to render aid. You just head to the, call your mama. Oh, wow. Let's go and see what Candace had to say. Friends like this, you do not need enemies. And y'all are mad at Candace because she was way more man than y'all. She is way more man than y'all. I gotta give it to her. She is way more man. She manned up. She 10 toes down. She gives no fucks. She don't give a shit. With a mouth crooked, you know how when you get gank and you get mad and your mouth kind of go up like, you know, all gang. Yeah, she don't give a shit about none of y'all. Yeah, she said she wanted war. She meant that. Your ass want to run. You like track. You wanted to run track. She want war. You want to run. Who can I run to? Yeah, you trying to figure out who you can run to. Baby boom. Y'all in for a rude awakening. This girl ain't going nowhere. You understand? But let's go to it. Let's go check her out. Let's see what she talking about, baby. Because what you're talking about is full-blown bullshit. And, you know, we just ain't having it. Nope. Shameful. Absolutely shameful behavior. Shameful. There is absolutely not one excuse for them, nobody, to have dialed at least 911. And y'all have the nerve to try to blast her, to call her, shameful ass names. No. She's the warrior. Yeah, she's the warrior. Hey, Denise.
My friends laughed at me when I spent $49 on a pound.
All right, you guys have.
She is most definitely the warrior. And some of that silly rabbit gonna have the nerves to say, lurkers, please. Yeah, please hit the like button. I need to, before we start, baby, double tap to the face of your screen. Have the nerve to want to have something negative to say about this young lady. And she 10 toes down for hers. We panicking for her. You know, she, yes, we panicking for her. Yeah, yeah, and you over there running. Come on, y'all, hurry up. Let's double tap. The quicker we double tap, the quicker we can get it started. 409 people, 556 people in the building. Come on, let's double tap. If you listening with your good ear on your phone, just double tap. It's free. It don't cost nothing. Nothing comes to me. Just double tap. You know, just go ahead and do that. If you're not on your phone, hit the 3 dots at the top right corner. It'll take you straight to the like button. Hey, Mimi. Hey, the high five. High five to Pete. Let's go. High five. Pete said, come on, AunTeaFee. Come on. High five. Come on, let's go. Let's hear this. Let's hear this. Let's go.
Happy Thursday. Fun little update for you. When the clock struck midnight last night and Cinderella's carriage turned back into a pumpkin, Turning Point USA decided it was a good time to issue a confirmation plus an ultimatum, a time and a date for our debate. I should tell you that they did not send me an email, they did not send me a text message, they did not coordinate anything with me. They simply made this midnight announcement and gave it a countdown, got 24 hours to respond. So we're going to discuss that. And let me just tell you, Turning Point is so done after this. You just cannot survive being this disingenuous. We also are going to get back into the Egyptian planes today. They are also working very hard to try to convince us that that was nothing. That's just what Egyptian military planes do. fly around the skies in the middle of Provo when Charlie Kirk is being assassinated. Well, it turns out maybe these planes might be the key to everything, not nothing. Welcome back to Candace.
The truth is, not every child gets the chance to.
Y'all, let's go.
North America
It's
alone,
about to
more than
get
2
hot in
million
here.
kids may never.
It's getting hot in here.
I feel like I have to ask this question on behalf of the entire world. What the hell is going on at Turning Point USA? What's going on? I want to know what is happening over there in Arizona.
Arizona? Yeah, Phoenix. Yeah, let's go.
Who is in charge exactly? Who is making the decisions? Who is calling the shots on all of these terrible and extremely obvious PR moves? Just, I think.
Let me try to reset. Please bring the likes up. Please do. Please. Please, 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 please. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. Likes up. The likes up. Let's get the likes up. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. Say what? Get the likes up. Get the likes up. Let me hit refresh, and hopefully that will get me back on track. Ooh, what is that? Big old heart. That was pretty, the bubble heart. That was beautiful. Kalani, is it Kalani or Kalana? I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it, but it is beautiful. Let's see, is it fixed?
Ultimatum, a time and a...
Nope. Let me hit refresh one more time. That was beautiful. I never seen that bubble before. That bubble heart. Thank you so very much. I greatly appreciate it. Maybe I just needed a commercial. Let's see.
All right, you guys, happy Thursday. Fun little update for you. When the clock struck midnight last night and Cinderella's of the internet, that is the beauty of 2025. Really cheap PR move. There's no reason to issue a 24-hour response and to put this up in the middle of the night, A. B, there's no reason you didn't reach out to me and say, hey, does this work? Can I check some flights, see if I can get in there? Nope. This is it. They put this up there on the 15th, the last week of our show is live. Obviously, leading up to Christmas, that's the last week of our show. Obviously, it's a pretty busy week.
SLR, the
so I'm like, okay, caught off guard by this, but you know what? I sense this is a PR move. So let me say, you've already said it's live streamed. Of course, we can make it work any place. I mean, at any time.
They don't want live stream. They want to be able to take you out.
You're live streaming it. There's no reason I can't show up electronically, okay? I respond to him and I say this, kind of weird how you didn't email or call me to ask about times or availability and instead chose to tweet this confirmation out at midnight. Why am I learning about this on X? December 15th does not work in person, and 2 p.m. happens to also be the literal time that I do my podcast live every day, which you knew, but we will happily cancel the daily podcast and we'll join you guys virtually instead for the live stream on the 15th. If that works on your end, let's lock it in, question mark. Okay, we're jumping here. Let's make it happen. Okay, that's the beauty of the internet. That is the beauty of 2025. You can literally be any place, anytime. Just send me a link, right? Any place, anytime, and we can join you virtually. In fact, today on their show, they had Andrew Colbett joining them virtually. So they have the tech capability to do this. We have tech capability to do this. Let's make this sincere and do this for people around the world who do not feel that you guys have been honest and forthcoming in terms of answers that you could obviously supply regarding Charlie Kirk's assassination. Well, if we needed any more evidence that nothing that they do is genuine and that this was an obvious planned PR move, here is what Blake tweeted out just now before we went live on the show. Yesterday, we made it clear that we would be scheduling a formal response to allegations and accusations that you have made. We have decided that that response will be delivered during a live stream, as he said, a live stream, on December 15th. Thank you for your response letting us know that you will not be joining the in-person conversation. We will be proceeding without you. Why are you proceeding without me? To have a conversation that is about me. Why am I getting 24 hours to respond? Why do you need me there in person if you are trying to be sincere and answer the very many questions that I have brought up on this show? You guys weren't even sincere in what you said yesterday. You told some glaring lies about things that I have said. So we're supposed to trust that you guys are going to handle this discussion all by yourselves and respond to any and every allegation. And this isn't just some planned PR for once and for all. Like I said, this is so obvious. He is being completely destroyed in the comments because what's happening at Turning Point, and I've seen this happen before, is they now believe that they are smarter than their audience, right? They think they are smarter than their small pocket donors. They can pull such an obviously crappy public move like this and pretend, well, we tried. We tried. You know, she said she could make it work, and we tried, but it has to be physically, she needs to be in person, even though we have shown that we have people join us not in person, and it's live streamed, and we both have the tech abilities to do that. If she doesn't make this work within 24 hours, we can now say that it's on Candace. This is a disaster, okay? It is a dumpster fire. That's the only way to describe what is happening at Turning Point USA today, and right now is a dumpster fire. Everyone can read this for what it is. As I said, they are getting destroyed in the comments. Like, really, guys? Really? You're not going to just send us a simple live stream link and let us join you? We've had people on this show live stream. We could have them tomorrow. I said, in response, I said to them, I'll make this work. I also attached to that tweet any day leading up to the 15th. We can do this virtually any place and any time. But no, they need to have it in person, in Phoenix, on December 15th, or they cannot have me at all.
Are you a low-skilled worker looking to immigrate to Canada? Look no further.
Because they want to try to take her out.
5 Canadian immigration programs, specifically.
Is that passing the vibe check for you guys? Or does it seem like more posturing and more of a way for them to simply be in the room with themselves as they all lie without any person in the room to be able to fact check those lies, who have researched those lies, and who have kept a list regarding the very many lies they are telling, okay? I maintain that Turning Point is engaged in a cover-up. That is how I feel, okay? And like I said, it pains me to say that because this was once a bright spot in the conservative movement. It is no longer. They are using left-wing tactics, calling us names rather than answering us questions. It's everything Charlie stood against, okay? You don't need to call somebody a racist because they're asking questions about what happened with George Floyd leading up to his death, okay? That is a way that you skip over having to debate logically, is you name call. All Blake Neff did was name call yesterday. All the pastors have been doing. It's demonic, it's possessed, it's evil. How about you simply answer the questions and stop behaving like you're a radical leftist? Everyone can see what you're doing. And that's what I want you guys to know. It's very clear, okay? I'm not asking people to defend me. You are just genuinely this transparent. So I am sorry that I cannot arrive in person because it's our last week on air before the holidays. I am still very happy, and I will say it again, to make that date and time and place because I'm here and we have the technological capabilities to make it so, make it work. We can move it around and we can do it even at midnight. I will stay awake and I will make that work for you at midnight, anytime. Just send me a link. In the meantime, we are just going to start investigating harder because you're not acting right, okay? You guys are not acting right, and you are not going to be able to get yourselves out of it by trying to be tricky like that. And like I said, the fact that you mentioned the Egyptian plane so many times yesterday without providing a valid answer or reason as to why we should just ignore military planes that are circulating that don't belong to our country, we're going to stay focused on that. And guess what? We have some
Westman, why you ask that? I mean, why do the subscribers only comment keep the trolls away? Why? Hi, but why do you want to know that? Okay.
More explosive revelations, which lead to more questions, which should be answered. And by the way, Turning Point, you should be concerned about. How odd, guys, that they're not concerned about the Egyptian planes. They don't even know how to feign concern. They don't even know how to sell to us in their best acting that they care about what transpired on that day. If you wanted to act like you cared, you would go, yeah, no, that is actually weird. I wonder what those planes are about. Instead, they're like, ha ha ha, Egyptian planes, what we've had to endure this crazy talk about these Egyptian planes. You should be concerned. And I'm going to give more cause for concern, okay?
Yeah, it keeps the Trump
Egyptian planes,
bots away.
For the sake of ease, we've labeled one blue.
Bots do not.
That's SUBND, which was the one that was transponding on the ground.
Bots do not are not subscribers.
Charlie's assassination, but it did not go anywhere. And then, of course, our now infamous yellow plane that carried on to Delaware, Wilmington, Delaware that morning, and has seemingly panicked the world, right? I'm reminding you that that flight from Provo to Delaware on the yellow plane had only 4 people on board. Okay, so that plane pretty much emptied out and then had only 4 people, one of which was a foreign dignitary. Now, one of those individuals I can confirm was using the name, and when I say using the name, we are dealing with governments, we are dealing with power, and these people just print passports, okay? These are obviously dead ends. But the name that one of those individuals was using is Walid Mahmoud. Okay? Walid Mahmoud. So we now know that of the 4 people that flew to Delaware, someone flew using the name Walid Mahmoud. Okay? Here is where it's going to get interesting. And I don't know if we can show that name, Chris, if we have that, but we can spell that out for them. I don't know if we have a graphic for that. But here's where it gets interesting, okay? Walid Mahmoud had been in Provo before, okay? Specifically, Walid Mahmoud came to Provo on May 27th of this year. Walid Mahmoud came in, and we can also confirm that if you look up the plane that he was on, there is no transponder data which reflects that trip. He was not on the yellow plane. This is what's very interesting. He was aboard another Egyptian military plane, and the tail number for that plane is SUBTU. We're going to make that the purple plane, okay? Purple plane was not there on the day of Charlie's assassination, but we now have a person that was on that purple plane at the end of May, and then he is going to be on that plane again on the day of Charlie's assassination, both times in Provo. And we can drop that now into our timeline, okay? May 27th, SUBTU flies into Provo with Walid Mahmoud aboard. Maybe it's a pilot, I don't know. Then we've got, it departs on June 2nd, and it is not transponding. Okay, so you cannot find a record of this on flight radar. Now, why is this compelling? Why is this especially compelling? Because the purple plane, SUBTU, as has been recently discovered by the work of other people, was once upon a time flown with the president of Egypt aboard. And by once upon a time, I mean back in 2023. This tweet came from Project Constitution. I'm going to read it in its entirety, okay?
Subaru is proud to be the largest automotive donor to Meals on Wheels America, helping senior neighbors.
What do you mean go off in 26? Spartan virus? What do you mean? Explain that. Spartan virus, what do you mean she's about to go off in 26? Oh, okay. She's gonna spark the truth. Okay, I can dig that. Just trying to get a feel of where your head at. Come on.
Owens just got vindicated again. The Egyptian government website confirms that Egyptian President El-Sisi flew on SUBTU. Remember when Candace Owens dropped that bombshell exposing that Egyptian presidential plane as the mystery bird tied to those shadowy flights? And just, he's confusing BTT. He's talking about BTU. We were always talking about BTT. Well, official receipts just landed straight from the Egyptian presidency website that on April 3rd, 2023, President El-Sisi touched down in Riyadh aboard that same exact aircraft, tail number SUBTU, for a high-level sit-down with the Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, okay? So BTU. And again, he's mixing it up with BTT, but we can now connect these two planes. Now, before you jump to conclusions and go, well, does this solve this? Does this mean that this was the Egyptian president on board? No, we can actually officially rule out that it was President El-Sisi that was aboard the jet on September 10th because he was photographed at a meeting with the Prime Minister of Tunisia, Sarah Zafrani, and it was in Egypt. We can also rule him out as having been the individual that was in Provo back in May because he was again photographed multiple times throughout that week in Egypt, okay? What we can, however, deduce is that Walid Mahmoud is therefore not the president of Egypt, but he is almost certainly well acquainted with the president of Egypt because planes that fly presidents around, military planes, you're not gonna just, let just some random wealthy Egyptian aboard your jet, right? This person is going to be well acquainted with the president of Egypt, okay? So who is Walid Mahmoud? Who is the person using the name Walid Mahmoud? That is the question that we are left with. Now, again, maybe Walid is the pilot. That could make sense. But what was he or she doing in Provo at the end of May and into early June? These are questions and honestly concerns that shouldn't be expressed by me. It should be expressed by every single person at Turning Point USA who is interested in getting to the bottom of who assassinated Charlie Kirk. It should be expressed by our government. It should be expressed by the Pentagon and their giggly press secretary and press members. We should be asking this question. Instead, we're just being gaslit. Everything was so above board on the day of Charlie's assassination that they just can't answer anything.
Thank you for the flowers, Miss Tom.
They just cannot answer a single question that we have, and they can't explain why they keep getting caught in little lies. They can't explain that. We're just all ridiculous, and we're harming Charlie's legacy by doing the very thing that Charlie was doing when he died, right? He is responding to questions. He literally died answering questions from people that disagreed with him. And they're now trying to invert reality and make it seem as though asking uncomfortable questions is not something that Charlie would have done. Pointedly ridiculous, and again, ever so transparent. Anyways, I don't think they're going to be laughing long because I do think that we are getting close. We're going to take a brief break and get to some sponsors.
My energy bill dropped from $150 to $50 by doing this. My friends laughed at me when I spent $49 on a power saver device.
All right, you guys, this holiday season, express your love with a very special gift of premium steaks from each steak is aged to perfection. And all the stuff that really matters when you don't have time to percent on your first month of. We do not believe the official narrative I've made here virtually, which is entirely. Again, I'd like to stress to Turning Point USA that if you want to make this work, we can do this today, we can do this tonight, we can do this at 1 a.m., we can do this tomorrow, the next day, we can do this through the end of the year. Anytime, okay? Just send me a link and we will appear virtually, which is entirely plausible. This is something that we desperately want. We are incredibly committed and sincere in wanting to get answers. We do not believe the official narrative. I've made that clear. And we do not understand why you guys seem to be trying to protect the official narrative as opposed to joining us in prodding it, okay? I am just saying how the entire world feels. I'm giving voice to how the entire world feels outside of your donor class. Anyways, it's pretty obvious the call went out. Again, this was some sort of a PR maneuver. That's why they're sending out Cam Higbee. They're laughing at everything that we say, everything that we do. That's kind of their new shtick, is like, we're the cool kids, we're just gonna laugh at you, you know? Trying desperately right now, clearly, to turn my very real claim that the country of France tried to assassinate me into a joke. The Zio influencers are supposed to influence people into thinking that that is just so crazy and funny. It's so funny. And hopefully with enough of them going out and making videos and peddling the same talking point and trying to turn it into like a cultural joke, you're supposed to ignore the fact that, hey, isn't it kind of strange that neither the White House or the Élysée Palace or even the United States Pentagon has formally denied this quote-unquote crazy claim? That's what Hollywood's for, right? You, all of you at home, all across the world, you're supposed to be fat and dumb and easily influenced by celebrities. Because, like, don't you have any famous friends? Does Candace even have any famous friends? Like, don't you want to be cool? Don't you want to hang out with famous people? Famous people say that assassination attempt is just funny. That's just like an SNL bit. Anyways, the always relatable Ben Shapiro is trying his luck at humor as well regarding my assassination attempt. He appeared on Greg Gutfeld's show, and he decided.
Okay, so was there an attempt?
With a little jab. Take a listen to Ben.
As you can see, I'm sitting in Greg Gutfeld's seat. But why, you ask, would this be happening? The answer is I called French intelligence, and something may or may not have happened to Greg.
It's hilarious. Laughing about actual violence is apparently hilarious so long as it comes through in the context of humor. All is fair in love and laughs. And Greg Gutfeld, after all, is a comedian, so they're not being tribal at all. They're just being funny. Remember, I don't make these rules, I just follow them. And so I'd like to show you another comedian from my tribe. His name is Ace Smart, and he's gonna make a funny too. And remember, it's never violent as long as we're telling jokes and it's said in front of a comedian. Take it away, Ace Smart.
No one in the United States should be retiring at 65 years old. Frankly, I think retirement itself is a stupid idea unless you have some sort of health problem.
I wonder if I slap the out you, would that be anti-Semitic? Because I don't want to be anti-Semitic. I just want to slap the out you. Shut the up. I'm so sick of you cornball ass trying to stay relevant in front of that podcast equipment. Shut the up. You want us to go to work and grind for the rest of our life while you sit in front of the thing and sound and shut the up. I speak for everybody that ever woke up on the Monday morning. Shut the up.
Passionate, hilarious, relatable.
Shut the fuck up.
As long as it's a joke, it's funny, right? French people colluding to assassinate people is very funny. French intelligence.
Thank you, Jamila.
Anyways, more to this PR effort to, suspend rational thinking, I think. Maybe they have worked so hard to poison us over decades and
that they still think it's gonna work.
Dumb us down in the classroom, that they're seeing right now, if they just keep repeating things over and over again, if we will just suspend our rational thinking altogether and follow them. I think that's it. That's what it must be.
No, it's not gonna work.
Frank Turk has come out and he's telling us that Blake Neff, we should, even though he seems very insincere,
one more time for the one time.
Charlie told him, comedian, take it away, Ace Smart.
One more time.
No one in the United States should be retiring at 65 years old. Frankly, I think retirement itself is a stupid idea unless you have some sort of health problem.
I wonder if I slap the out you, would that be anti-Semitic? Because I don't want to be anti-Semitic. I just want to slap the out you. Shut the up. I'm so sick of you cornball ass trying to stay relevant in front of that podcast equipment. Shut the up. You want us to go to work and grind for the rest of our life while you sit in front of the thing and sound and shut the
fuck up.
I speak for everybody that ever woke up on the Monday morning. Shut the up.
passionate, hilarious, relatable. It's funny. As long as it's a joke, it's funny, right? French people colluding to assassinate people is very funny. French intelligence. Ha 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 ha. Anyways, more to this PR effort to, I don't know, suspend rational thinking, I think. Maybe they have worked so hard to poison us over decades and to dumb us down in the classroom that they're testing. They're seeing right now, if they just keep repeating things over and over again, if we will just suspend our rational thinking altogether and follow them. I think that's it. That's what it must be. And Frank Turk has come out and he's telling us that Blake Neff, we should, even though he seems very insincere, you should know that Charlie told Frank, that actually Blake Neff is the smartest man that he knows. Trust the science. Take a listen.
The night before Charlie was murdered, and I'm not just saying this, but I went into his office. This was after we had a meeting. You were in the meeting, Blake, me, you, Charlie, and some other folks. And he was going to dinner, and he said, hey, you're going to dinner with Blake and Danny. He said, Blake is my secret weapon. He's the smartest man I know. And all they do is
you.
And for anybody to
stroke each other's egos.
Candace Owens or any other person within TPUSA was somehow complicit in his murder is to say that Charlie Kirk was such a bad judge of character that he put a bunch of traitors around him. If there's anything I knew about Charlie Kirk, is he knew how to spot talent and integrity and people that wanted to make a difference for the Lord and the country.
So that means that he made a good choice in Candace.
Classic, right? You make time to work on it.
It's all just so unconvincing and
it really
emotionally manipulative. It's so obvious. Like, Charlie said that Blake Neff was the smartest person in the world. So you should just accept that, okay? And that's what he told me. By the way, he had a very busy night before. He told Josh Hammer that his book was the greatest thing and everyone should buy Josh Hammer's book. He had that meeting, then he had a meeting with Frank Turk, and he was like, Blake Neff is the smartest person and nobody should question Blake Neff. It was a lot. Like, they're telling us everything he said the night before, except for when he texted you guys and said that he thought they were going to kill him. Can we get to that part? Okay, we get it. Mikey's amazing. Blake Neff's the smartest dude we know. It's right here in the Bible. Can we get to the part of the evening before when Charlie said they are going to kill him? Which maybe took place after all of that, all of the compliments that were paid. Guys, please stop. It's so fake and gay. It hurts me. It hurts me. Physically is hurting me. The level of fakeness and gayness that we are reaching at Turning Point USA is starting to make me go, ow. Okay? Please, I'm asking nicely. Can you give us something authentic? Because that's not going to cut it. That's just not going to cut it. How dare you question the ghost of Charlie Kirk? Are you suggesting that Charlie could have possibly not had good judgment? Am I suggesting that I've maybe watched a lot of hours of IDTV and it seems like, yeah, it's a kind of a common theme that when people die, you should question the people closest to them? Actually, yeah, I am suggesting that it's like a very high percentage of murders that are committed by somebody else they know. I think it's like north of 95% of murders. And no matter how many adjectives you assign to people at Turning Point USA, we're not going to accept this narrative, okay? We're not going to accept this narrative, especially when you're lying and you won't tell us the relevant portions. Who did he think was going to kill him? Andrew Colvett? Can you tell us, Andrew? Can you tell us, Blake Neff? Can you tell us, Mikey McCoy? Or was he just full of fluff? Just full of fluff at the end. Really just wanted Josh Hammer's book to be sold. You're bad at this. You want to know why you're bad at this? Because you're inauthentic. That's why. You're inauthentic. If you start telling the truth, you won't struggle with this issue. Nobody accepts this, okay? In other news and emotional manipulation, Tim Pool is having some sort of a breakdown. I don't really know what it's about. I don't know why he's tweeting about me all the time. I hope he gets well, but I do want to address this absurd point that he is making about why we shouldn't be speaking about Charlie Kirk's assassination. Take a listen.
You can come and you can burn everything I have to the ground, and I will happily live in a van down by the river. I don't care to be number one. I don't need to be number one. What I care about is what is true and what will help this country and what works. And she is a scumbag, okay? And she's getting worse every day. And she crossed the line. She continually crosses the line every day, insinuating the Turning Point literally killed the guy who made them all rich. And I hear this in the streets, and at a certain point, I'm like, holy shit, we're gonna lose the midterms. We're gonna lose the midterms, then we're gonna lose in 2028, and it's because she's a piece of shit.
Oh, so it's Candace's fault.
Guys, let's come together and work together. She says the stupidest, retarded.
So it's her fault. Oh, wow. They have reached an all-time low. It's her fault that you guys are going to lose the midterm in 2026. She a bad girl. She a bad girl. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's your lying and your deceit. It has nothing to do with her. Yeah, because she's exposing you guys' lies and deceit. Yes. They don't have, look at her over here laughing. Crash out. Oh my God. Girl, are you on your cycle? Are you on your period? Girl, are you mad? Tpusa, are you mad, girl? You better go change your pad. Woo-wee. You mad. Let me hear. Whoa, there go your mouth. There go that mouth. You better get off that mic like that. I rock the, what does it say? I rock the mic right now. Ooh, yeah, I rock that mic, baby. You in your Trump, baby. Yeah, girl, you better go change your sanitary napkin. Look at her facial expression. He's having a powwow. Shim is having a powwow.
What is true and what will help this country and what works. And she is a scumbag, okay? And she's getting worse every day. Oh. And she crossed the line. She continually crosses the line every day.
What's she gonna do about it?
When the Turning Point literally killed the guy.
Yes, she did.
Made them all rich.
Yeah.
And I hear this in the
believe her.
And at a certain point, I'm like, holy shit. We're gonna lose the midterms. We're gonna lose the midterms.
It's her fault.
Then we're gonna lose in 2028, and it's because she's a piece of shit.
It's her fault.
Because instead of saying, guys, let's come together and figure out how to work together, she says the stupidest, retarded crap. And now everybody's running around divided and broken. For what reason?
Because they see that you guys are lying and you need to change your sanitary napkin because you're having a very, very bad and heavy cycle. It got to be heavy, boo. Ooh, because your hormones is all over the place. You are emotional. You're an emotional wreck. You've been crying. Look at your mouth. You've been sucking. You've been sucking. On the ropes. Oh, he on the ropes. Yeah, she tagging y'all asses. She beating the dogs. Baby, she putting them She it was an uppercut. She lifted your ass up off the ground with some of them hits. Baby. Tim, a little B.I. Baby. Girl, Shim, Tim. You better go change your napkin, girl. I can't believe you blaming little old Candace for the whole political party. The whole party is her fault. It's her fault the numbers are going down. It's her fault that nobody's believing our lies. It's her fault that we can't continue to manipulate the people. It's her fault that they're able to see that we are devils in disguise and we've been fooling them for years. And now all of a sudden they can see us for who we really are. Yes, indeed, devil. Yeah, Shem Tim. Shem Tim. You better go change your sanitary napkin, girl.
Scumbag. Okay? And she's getting worse every day. And she crossed the line.
You did.
She continually crosses the line every day, insinuating the turning point literally killed the guy who made them all rich. And I hear this in the streets, and at a certain point, I'm like, holy shit, we're gonna lose the midterms.
Yeah.
We're gonna lose the midterms, then we're gonna lose in 2028.
Absolutely.
She's a piece of shit. Because instead of saying, guys, let's come together and figure out how to work together, she says the stupidest retarded crap. And now everybody's running around.
Now she should have said, let's work together. We'll give you a piece of the rock. She ain't never said nothing about y'all making them rich. I've not one time heard her say about making them rich. And I'm glad you said it, because that's the reason y'all took him out, because he made them too rich. And they didn't want to give it up with their donations. Even the Boyer guy who was getting donations behind his back. Shem Tim. You better go hook up with that McCroy boy. Both of y'all are acting like y'all Shems. Shem Tim. You are the ones who said something about making them rich. But he made them too rich. That's why they took him out. That's the real reason. Let's go.
For what reason? For literally what reason?
Who had?
Women over 40, you need this in
Miss
your
Kim,
makeup.
what you talking about? Black Mambo.
Mascara will seriously.
Because they killed Charlie Kirk in broad daylight, and we don't care about your stupid midterms. We just don't care. Like, they really. This is how they view Charlie Kirk. That's why I say, was anything in his life real? Tim Pool is going off right now because he's like, it's not the time. You guys need to be mules. You need to keep voting in the very corrupt people that are lying to your faces right now about what happened to Charlie Kirk. It is not the time, because it is your job to get people into office. This is what I mean when I suggest that nothing in Charlie Kirk's life was real. So he really thinks he's doing something there. And actually what he's doing is proving my point. These people just saw Charlie as a means to an end. Okay?
Really?
As a political horse that they could ride. And so for whatever reason, they got tired riding him. And now they're angry because they also were going to whip the horse, the ghost of Charlie Kirk, and say, we still need you to shore up votes. And it is inconvenient that people who actually cared about Charlie and saw him as a, I don't know, human being, want to know why he was publicly executed in front of us and why we're being lied to about everything. That is why Tim Pool is upset, because midterms, it's going to be my fault, not the fault of the feds for feeding us BS. It's not going to be the fault of Turning Point USA for lying and thinking that they're brighter than us and seemingly not caring about the investigation. It's not going to be the fault of, I don't know, maybe actual politicians like Donald Trump, who's the president of the United States, and look us in the face and said, are we still talking about the Epstein files? No, that's not his fault. The fault is Candace Owens for wanting to figure out who murdered her friend. Don't you guys get it? Like, we're just an algorithm. Why do you care so much about humans? Like, why are you a human? Like, if somebody really dies, you need to focus on midterms. Okay? That is the point of the Tim Pool show. It doesn't matter what you are going through at home. I want you guys to hear this, okay? I don't care if you have family members that are dying, family members who have died, if you have children that you care about and maybe don't want to live in a world that's run by pedophiles.
Right.
You need to put that all aside and vote for whoever the hell Tim Pool tells you to vote for. I just want to platform that idea. I think obviously there's something wrong with me, and Tim Pool's got it figured out. His soul seems like it's really intact, and it's not for sale at all. Anyways, we'll take a quick break and get into your comments. Also, of course, I want to tell you guys about Nimi Skincare because it is cold outside. December is here, the weather is dry, and if you are anything like me, your skins are insane in the 20s, even 30s, for loans, and save money every month, all without any upfront fees. Customers are saving an average of $800 a month, which is like $10,000 a year raise without even /Owens. People in the comments are out here calling Tim Pool Beanie Shapiro, and I hope it doesn't stick. Anyways, you guys, if you'd like to support our show, Make Him a Sandwich is now on sale. It's on Amazon, which is super exciting. Also, if you want to get 20, it's much harder than it sounds. PUSA. Yeah, I will say that was the number top 500 comments yesterday. It was okay. Top comment from yesterday. The French are probably thinking that now would be a good time to assassinate you, so they could blame it on TPUSA. Yeah, I will say that was the number top 500 comments yesterday. It was don't go to Turning Point USA. Don't go to Turning Point USA. And I was actually willing to do that within reason. If we had a conversation and tried to plan it and book it. But I guess they never were being sincere, and I should have seen through that, because why would they? They are very obviously not trying to open themselves up to any inspection from the public. They are working.
We'll have a whole pep rally. Gonna have a whole
the Charlie Kirk story, and that's
a whole meetup
of an era. It makes me think about how intentional Charlie was about saying, we want this to be a youth organization. He wants it to be fresh. He didn't want to become the RNC. In fact, he wanted to take over for the RNC.
Yeah, please double tap the face of the phone and get the likes up for me, please.
Into truth.
I'm over 2 hours, and I didn't mean to go over 2 hours.
Trying to turn the apparatus into the same stale, buy your way into the presence of someone. You do me a favor, and it's sad, but I do think that there is goodness and that is coming from this tragedy. And that goodness is that a lot of people are waking up to how it works, how the whole system works, how the whole matrix works. Okay, comments. We have Deb Skates. That is a massive donation. Thank you so much, Deb. You wrote, you may need some help with legal fees. Yeah. Also, Tyler Boyer, fun little update, sends a text or something. They're all just so insincere. I don't know, sent an email and was like, what's your lawyer's email? What do you mean, what is my lawyer's email? You guys have my lawyer's email. We were in communication 2 days ago, right? What are you talking about? That is go speak to your employees and your lawyer. You know my lawyer's email. Everybody knows my lawyer is Noah. So send whatever you're going to send. I don't care. I'm not going to lie to the people. I said what I said and I meant it, okay? I'm sorry, guys. Do I have a bad attitude today? Skylar, do I have a bad attitude today?
Gifts for the outdoors and the outdoorsy.
No, you don't have no bad attitude. Your attitude, you was ganked yesterday, but you don't have no bad attitude.
Constant overthinking. High IQ mind.
You have zero tolerance for this bull crap.
He said never have a bad attitude. Thank you. I knew it. Yashira Sanchez writes, Candace, I pray for you every day. A lot of people are talking about you joining the TPUSA debate, but very few talk about the pressure and the risk that comes with your boldness. Please stay alert and stay protected. Your voice is important and your safety matters. Look, if something happens to me, really what I want to say to all of you guys is go Max. All of you, everyone. Let it never end. Let it never stop. You be just as bold. I am telling you, it feels like when we are here on Earth that this is it. We just get 80 years. That is not true, okay? Your ancestors knew that there was more. We are in this simulation where they have intentionally turned us into a godless society because they want you to be fearful and they want you to exchange your soul because they are of this earthly realm. You know what I mean? These are Satan's children. Obviously, these are Satan's children. And they work.
See, this is what I talk about when I talk about Candace, because she has come into the light. So for whoever that person who was irrelevant earlier today who's telling her to get back to the way you used to be, absolutely not. She has come into the light, boo-boo. She has come into the light. And her blinders are off. And she is, at this time right now, she is solid. So no, there is no turning back to darkness when you can see it for what it is, and you're not making no excuses for it. None. I absolutely know how that feels when you see it. When God has allowed you to make no mistake about what it is that you see. And now that you see it, and you see it for itself, and you know that it is not of God, and you have made the conscious decision to do your very best to obtain as much righteousness as possible. It was an old song, only what you do for Christ will last. Only what you do for Christ will last. And it is absolutely refreshing to know where she used to be to where she is now. There is no turning back. And I know that it has to be validating for her to have the support that she has right now, where she knows there are more people who believe her than not. I know that that is validating and rewarding, and it gives you the indication that you know that you are on, the validating that you're on the right track. Don't turn back. Don't turn back. Yeah. Stay the course.
By making you feel fearful, and so you trade off and you go, okay, well, I just want to have money and be comfortable in this life right now, and so I'm willing to let badness happen, and I guess my kids are just going to inherit that badness, and this world is going to be run by pedophiles, and we can't do that. And that's why I say to you guys,
you can't do that.
You should be going max right now, you know? Yeah, you have to say the truth. The frequency of truth hits harder, and we hear these demons squealing. We just hear it. Like, you can feel it right now.
Because so anybody who can say, well, it's okay, or that don't concern me, or yeah, but no, but what happens when they grab your kids, your loved ones? What happens when they get lost in this demonic matrix? When it was okay when it was somebody else's kids and loved ones, as long as it wasn't yours? Yeah, we know right off the bat that mindset is not of God. I don't care what they say with their mouth. Bible says, well, only thing that I know of that we can judge, he says in the word, that we can judge a tree. We can judge a tree by the fruit that it bears. No good tree bears bad fruit. So for anybody to think that it is okay for the abuse and raping and sacrificing of kids, of anyone, means that you are bearing bad fruit. If you can justify it, if you can, look over just whatever to try to validate the person, not the action. That's not how it goes. You cannot validate a person and not their actions. The Bible says you can judge a tree. That's why it's important that we plant good seeds, because the seed you plant is the tree that grows. Plant good seeds. So there's no way you can justify it or validate it or look over it and think that you are planting good seeds. Absolutely not.
Yeah, they are dangerous. They are dangerous. but the truth will win, and the truth is more powerful than the lie. And I really feel that.
Absolutely.
And I can't let my kids grow up in a world like this with these demons in control. I can't. This is not a meritocracy. We live in a matrix. Everybody just needs to wake up right now. Oh, look, Project Constitution is in the chat. He said, I have proof now that Tim Pool uses bots. Stay tuned. Receipts dropping in the next few weeks. Go, Max. God bless you, Candace. It's good to see you here. You've done some great work, and hope you were okay with me editing on air. I think you thought BTU was BTT, but that's actually okay, because now we can connect those two planes at the very least. Donna Barada writes, make sure you have people on your team to debate TPUSA. Don't do it solo. Negotiate a virtual meeting for safety. They're not doing that. If something happens to you, they will blame it on the French. Christ is king. Listen, just us knowing what it is, and just the fact that so many people are awake to the reality that the assassination attempt was real, and that if it wasn't, we should be hearing from proper channels, not Cam Higby giggling like a little girl, a schoolgirl on the payroll of Turning Point USA. That's good, guys. That is a tremendous goodness. It is a step in the right direction. It is a step into the broader awakening. Fishroom writes, I suffered through one episode of the new Turning Point. They are fake as hell, and they are hiding behind the guise of religion for political power. That much is so obvious. They cannot get through it without trying to sound like they are preachers and pastors, and this is demonic, and your soul will, you're not going to make it to heaven if you have questions, if you question our authority. Like, what?
What? Huh?
You're not going to make it to heaven if you side with the devil, and the devil is always lying and hiding and obscuring.
Absolutely.
The truth is free, man. It's so easy to tell the truth and to answer basic questions about that day. You're not doing that. You're not doing it at all. Seven Cheats writes, the fact that your podcast went to #1 in the world doesn't only speak to their lost narratives, it speaks more to how many people are out here craving authenticity and truth. I agree with you on
Absolutely.
that.
I agree with that too.
I totally agree with you that right now we're kind of in this new era where only authenticity is going to float. Everything does just genuinely feel so fake and gay and performative, and it's a show, and fake audience applause and fake laughter. And no, I just want to see that you guys cared about him. I don't need you to keep telling me Charlie's last words, and he's got a lot of last words, man. And yeah, Charlie was also a human, so also trying to mint him as some Christ who could have never chosen wrong.
No.
Oh my God, this massive employment. I know we fire people all the time, but Charlie never chose wrong here. That doesn't even make sense. So it's a business, of course. There are snakes in the garden.
Where you see Spartan
money
at?
becomes the motive. There are going to be snakes in the garden. Where you see Spartan at? As things get bigger, they open themselves up to corruption. And you guys are acting extremely corrupt in this moment, spiritually corrupt.
I don't think
above
so.
all else. That's what I would say. The person who uses the handle Gomax, Candace, writes, the propaganda machine isn't working on us. Thank God you aren't going in person.
Yeah, I mean, I think right now the only place to get, she's #1. Her numbers are the way it is because she's the only person that is providing us with the truth. That is absolutely, she is the only person that is providing the truth. Let me end the poll. It's because of the poll. I just ended it. If that's taking y'all somewhere else. Yeah, that is why she has, her success has increased, because right now she's the truth.
To see that you guys cared about him. I don't need you to keep telling me Charlie's last words, and he's got a lot of last words, man. And yeah, Charlie was also a human, so also trying to mint him as some Christ who could have never chosen wrong.
That's not it.
God,
we know he did.
Employment. I know we fire people all the time, but Charlie never chose wrong here. That doesn't even make sense. So it's a business, of course.
He absolutely chose wrong.
When money becomes the motive, there are going to be snakes in the garden naturally as things get bigger. They open themselves up to corruption. And you guys are acting.
He may not have had time for last words, but let me tell you this. He had time to denounce the devil. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? And at that, I don't, I started out looking at him crazy. I started out looking like this. Who is this? This is a wolf in sheep clothing. Who is this cat that, what in the world? And then I hear, out of all the bad stuff, I hear him, before he was assassinated, denounce pro-Israel. And to denounce pro-Israel is denouncing the Zionism. And to denounce Zionism is denouncing the devil. That's a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing. And then you can really, truly, from the bottom of your heart, on his behalf, thank the Lord. Thank you, Lord, that he had the opportunity. He had enough time to get it right. That's a beautiful thing. That is beautiful. And all I will suggest to those who have not denounced the devil and accept Christ as your personal Savior is to do it now. Do it now. Because tomorrow is not promised. And he knew when he did it that they was going to take him out. He knew it. And he still chose to denounce the devil. Lord, I thank you. I thank you. I thank you that the young man had an opportunity to get it right. So I encourage us all to make sure that we denounce the devil and accept Christ. Okay, y'all, I'm finna shut it down. I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. Let me take her off the nose like she kissing the Lord. Look, thank you, Lord. Thank you. Hello. That's what it's all about. Thank you, Jesus. Yes, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. So everybody who idolized Charlie Kirk and looked up to him and thought he had it right, take him off the pedestal. He was not perfect. He was not God. That he was not. But before it was over, he denounced the devil. Follow that. If you loved Charlie Kirk and you admired him the way a lot of people did, follow that direction. Know that the direction he was following was evil. It was Judas. It betrayed him. That's what the devil do. That's what the devil do. He steers you in the wrong direction, and then he betrays you. It was just so happened that by the grace of God, that he had an opportunity to denounce him and an opportunity to have eternal life. God over everything. Absolutely. Lady Love. Absolutely. God over everything. Okay, good people. I'm going to end right here. I want us to end on God. I want us to end on eternal life. I want us to end on follow the end decision that Charlie Kirk offered up. And he said it. It came out of his mouth that he denounced pro-Israel. It is not the truth. It is not the way. And it is not the light. It is not God. Okay, good people. Good night, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the love and support. Thank you. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for hanging out. Please like, share, subscribe, join the membership, become a straight up good old tea sipper. Read, drink good tea, baby. Our tea be good. It be good and hot. Share this so that someone else may have the opportunity to hear the truth. Okay, good people. I know I fuss, but I love y'all. I promise I do. It's comfortable here because I make it a point to get the evil out so that y'all can enjoy and listen in peace. I do that on purpose because I love y'all on purpose. Okay? Y'all have a good night. I'm about to go in. I'm about to shed some tears. I thank y'all. Good night, everybody. Good night. Mwah. Good night.